What is up, guys? It is Joe here from JoeTalksWrestling, and today I am doing a roster reveal kind of video. Now, what I'm going to be doing with you guys today is, well, if you didn't see Figure Friday, then you're not going to know what it is, so I'm going to tell you right now. As you guys know, I do pick fed videos on my channel. Now, pick fed is obviously the figure videos, I do championship matches with them and stuff. However, I want to make a full show instead of just having individual matches at some point down the road. So to kick things off, we have JTW Live. That's the name of one of the shows, and then my other show, JTW Redemption. Now, they are, well, JTW Live is basically Raw and Redemption is basically SmackDown. So what I'm going to be doing with you guys today is showing you what figures are on the roster as of right now. And yeah, obviously I'm going to be getting more figures as time goes on. And yeah, but basically I just want to go through these so you guys can see who's going to be on each roster. So starting things off, we have JTW Live, and I'm going to start off with the champion, the main champion of this show, the Rated R Superstar, Edge. Now, Edge is the Universal Champion, and that is going to be the main championship on JTW Live. Now, following up from Edge, we're going to start off low and then gradually get better. We have Alex Riley. Now, you guys know that I only really like using elites when it comes to figures, and I only really collect elites. However, certain wrestlers that have figures that are only basics, if I buy them and I don't make a custom in elite of that figure, then I will be using a basic, because that is my only option. Now, following on from Alex Riley, we have Curtis Axel. Now, I'm trying to do this super carefully, guys, because I really don't want any of the figures to fall. So that is Curtis Axel, one half of the Miz Taraj. And following on, because I've mentioned the Miz Taraj, we might as well have this awesome figure, which is the Miz. Now, if I don't know any long-term plans so far, but I might make these allies. I might pretend that the Miz Taraj never happened. So you never know. This is going to be an entire show. I'm booking the entire thing. Following on from that, I guess you could say, this gimmick was destined to flop from the start by the way it was booked. However, I intend to make it work. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Tensai. Next up, following on from Lord Tensai, we have the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. And if we've already put Sami Zayn down, we might as well mention his sort of enemy, sort of tag team partner. It's his show, Kevin Owens. Following on from that, guys, we have the Charismatic Enigma, Elite One prototype, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Hardy. Next up, guys, we have Mr. I Deserve Better, the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. Now, you guys can't see these now. I'm going to put them at ringside because I'm so scared all of these are going to fall over and it's going to look terrible. But yes, he is on JTW Live. Yes, it's an amazing elite. Yes, it's Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30 Elite. Next up, I have tried this. Right, now we're getting into a bigger star. I've tried to even it out so both brands have really big names and they also have an undercard. But the game, Triple H. Following on from Triple H, my favourite version of this guy's character, Unmasked, 2006 to 2010, Kane. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, as Ross Twiddell himself would say, the big dog, Roman Reigns. So that is the roster for JTW Live. And while we're here, I may as well mention the singles title as well. They are going to have, so the two championships on this show, you have the Universal Championship, which is the main one, and then their mid-card championship is going to be the Intercontinental Championship. So, that is JTW Live, and let's move on and you guys can see Redemption. Okay, so kicking things off for JTW Redemption, just like I did last time, I'm going to start with the main champion. If you guys have already been following my pick feds, you'll know exactly who this is. The phenomenal AJ Styles. So, following on, once again, we're going to start from lower and then get bigger and bigger. Well, I say bigger and bigger, but here's the biggest you can get. We have the great Carly. Following on from the Punjabi Playboy, we have a tag team. I'm not going to put them down at the same time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put these guys at ringside because these don't like to stand very well, which will be interesting when the pick feds. But we have Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Next up, what day is it today, guys? I think it's Rusev Day. We have the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, making his way to JTW Redemption. Following on from Rusev, we have one half of the Bludgeon Brothers, but unfortunately he isn't in the Bludgeon Brothers for me because I don't have the other half. It is Luke Harper. Next up, following on from Luke Harper, we have the all-American the real American. You 5-star fans will know him as Jake Hager. However, it is Jack Swagger. We the people. And following on from Jack Swagger, we have, well, this is a very loose elite. I preferably need to get a new elite of this guy before I start using him. But never mind, we can work through it. It is Rey Mysterio. He's not going to stand, so I'm going to put him down there. Next up, guys, we have the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. However, guys, obviously you can tell this is before he was main event and WWE champion. So, as of right now, obviously plans might change. I don't plan on using Jinder Mahal as a main eventer for my show. Next up, guys, I'm going to show you it. It's not fully complete, so you can only see some of it. I'm definitely not going to put this guy in the ring because I really don't want to spoil it. It is Kenny Omega. Now, picture this, guys. Dream match. AJ Styles, Kenny Omega on JTW Redemption. So that's Kenny. Now, we're into our final four now, guys. The last one's going to be controversial, so I'm just going to bring out this guy, the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. Now, I did split up the Shield. I put Roman on a separate show, but I feel like in the long term, that's going to be better. I don't think Seth and Dean are going to be tagging. I think I'll put them by themselves. So, Dean Ambrose. And he fell. And Carly fell. Never mind, the show must go on. Final three. Leading on from that, we have my custom fix-up of the Architect, Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I'm going to show you this to you guys real quick. So all I did was put on some, I don't know, some random arms that looked bigger. I painted the hair black, and then I put the SR on the knee pad and covered up the SR logo and put a belt buckle on there. And I also painted over the silver. But yeah, my favourite wrestler, Seth Rollins. Now, obviously, both shows have to have a really big name. I guess you could say for JTW Live, they had Triple H. So for JTW Redemption, we have the Brahma Bull, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No, fuck that name. The Rock. And finally, guys, if you saw Figure Friday, now this is what I want to fill you in on, because I was contemplating whether or not it would be acceptable for me to use him on my pick feds. However, this is a completely fictional world. Anything that happened in real life isn't going to affect what happens on my show. So, I am including in my pick feds the Crippler Chris Benoit. Now, obviously, if you don't know what happened, where have you been? But I'm not going to explain it to you guys. It's not really for me to say. So if you guys just want to look up Chris Benoit, I'm sure you'll find out the reasons why he's not talked about too much. But on my show, he's going to be part of it. So there he is, the crippler, Chris Benoit. Now, that is my JTW Redemption roster, and it's pretty stacked, not gonna lie. I've tried to make these rosters as, like, even as they can possibly be. But before we go, the mid-card title for JTW Redemption is the Winged Eagle Championship. Now, it's not going to be known as that. Come on, camera, focus on it. Focus? No? Okay. I'm not going to recall it the Winged Eagle. As a matter of fact, I don't know what it's going to be called. And I guess this will have a name sooner or later. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the roster reveal, guys. Let's knock them over. Okay, I missed. Never mind. I'm a failure. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I've been Joe from JoeTalksWrestling. You guys have been awesome. Stay tuned for more pick feds and wrestling content, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.